All right, folks, this is the one I have been waiting for years. It is the Mothership RPG. It is a sci-fi horror RPG based on the likes of inspired by the likes of Alien and just all your kinds of sci-fi creature features. I have had the 1E PDFs for a while now. I ran an adventure for the Lair of Secrets crew. I also ran one at MEPACon. I didn't have the physical books. And, it's been a couple years. There were a lot of delays related to this Kickstarter, but it's finally here, and I cannot wait to actually open this box. So, shall we see what's inside? All right, so this is one of those things you only get one crack at, because I'm literally unboxing it right now. Okay, here we go. All right, so it's a big box. Very carefully cutting the tape. Using my newly sharpened pocket knife. Thank you, Boy Scouts. All right, so here we go. Boom, boom. All right, this is awesome. So there's a whole bunch of your standard packing mushroomy type mushrooms. Not mushrooms. Whatever. All right. Packing material. I'm just too excited. I don't even know which words to use. All right, so we've got our box set. We've got... So I guess I should elaborate a wee bit to say I got the deluxe set, so it is a nice and hefty box. As a backer, I also got this very excellent patch, "To Dust You Shall Return," landing crew, which is awesome. There's also this conversion kit, which looks like kind of standard zine type, just like you would put out on a typewriter, right? It's very much in keeping with the style of Mothership. So if you got old adventures you want to convert, boom, conversion guide right there. So, moment of truth. So there is this very beautiful box set. And let's see. Get the saran wrap. Plastic wrap moving here. Such a long time coming, folks. Such a long time coming. All right, so this has the breakdown of everything inside of it. We don't need that because we're just going to open it and see what's inside, right? So let's see here. Got the box coming open. It's a very satisfying. It's got this nice gold. It's not inlaid. You know what I mean? Gold ink. It's pretty. All right. Mothership Companion app. I do have the app already. Thank you very much. It's okay. It doesn't quite work as well as I would like, but I think that's probably a different session, right? Okay. So, such great pieces to this. Okay. So this is the GM screen, which is great. I mean, I could have used this when I was running this at MEPACon, and when I will use it when I run it at MEPACon again. So it's nicely creepy in an alien-esque sort of way. Let's see. I don't even know what this is. Contact mega damage. I guess this is a quick guide explaining. It must be for ship combat, I guess. I don't know. I haven't even gotten into this. I look forward to figuring out what it is. I think it must be like quick reference for, if you're navigating, you're running a campaign, and you want to show people how things work. Let's see. Wow. Oh, okay, so this is a ship deck plans. Pretty nifty. Get into meal costs. Okay, I could use that. Huh. Standees. Very nice. All right, now we get into the meat of it. So let's see. We have the base Standees. So this is something actually I saw people complaining about online. I get it. They put the white space at the wrong spot. So you open it up, and if you put this here, right, it's going to cover up their feet. I mean, if you're a Rob Liefeld fan, that makes sense. But, you know, I would have rather had more white space at the bottom so that the standee would be not covering up the art. But, you know, what, minor flaw. Oh, wow. All right, players. So this is broken up into multiple sections. So this is the player's survival guide. This tells you how to make characters, skills, the basics of how to actually run the game, that kind of stuff. So that is pretty nifty. Then we've got our Warden's operation manual. So as the Warden or the game master, this is what you're using to actually figure out how to run the game. You know, I gotta say, as a guy who is 52, the font is kind of small, but I knew I was going to get into that. It's a little bit easier to read on my PDF. But hey, that's why I have progressive lenses and reading glasses and what have you. I totally get why they would do this. It's nicely laid out. It's very clear with good headers. I like the use of bolding to draw attention to things. It's not overly cluttered or messy. You know, from a functional standpoint, it's going to beat out Mortborg, which is beautiful to look at, not always easiest to read. So then we got the Ship Builder's Toolkit, or the Ship Breaker's Toolkit, which is just all kinds of beautiful looking ships, right? So it is nice to have this in hand. When I ran my adventure, it was actually an underwater adventure set below the frozen surface of Europa. But hey, you know what? At some point, I might run something in space. So it's always good to have that. Let's see, containment. Okay, so we also have, we gotta jump around, some dice, because, you know, who doesn't need more dice, right? So put that back in there for a sec. Let's see. Unconfirmed contact reports. Nice. Very nice color. These are all monsters, creatures and horrors for which to threaten your characters. I used this when I was running my adventure. No, I didn't actually use monsters from it, but I did use the ideas that were in here to create my monsters. Then there's a couple of adventures that come with it. So I actually have a bunch of these in the 0E, the initial release. But another bug hunt. Gotta love the reference to aliens. Meant to be an introductory adventure. Dead Planet is, wow, they call it a violent excursion into the land of the living for Mothership. And yes, it is highly horrific. Lots of terrible things happening. This is where it starts to get a little bit Mortborgy, and it's meant to be really condensed and easy to get through. Sometimes I find, at least for me as a game master, I have to read through all this first and make sure I understand stuff, and then maybe fill in the blanks that are left by these sort of minimalist adventures. We also then have A Pound of Flesh, which is another 1E adventure. I didn't have this one, or sorry, another 0E adventure updated for the new edition. There's going to be so much good stuff to read. And I love how it's laid out. It's just, it falls between the beauty of Mortborg and, you know, that sort of like crazy punk layout and something that's actually functional. And I love how much they're able to compress into a single page. All right, then we got Gradient Descent, another adventure, which, you know, again, great inspiration for Wardens out there. Definitely, it's beautiful. I love the art. And I love how they were limiting themselves to, like, you know, a couple different colors to highlight information. So that was pretty cool. Let's see. Warden containment system. Nice. All right, let's see what's in containment A. Oh, no. I guess this is just meant to put additional stuff in, or maybe if you advance to another tier. All right, so there you go. That is Mothership. It is a very pretty box set. I'm very glad to have gotten it. Would have been great if it came a little sooner, but I do look forward to running this game at MEPACon this fall, hopefully. Now that I have everything, I could just, you know, run what I've got. But it's pretty darn nifty. I love the box. As a person who has a tendency to be pretty disorganized and lose stuff, I will definitely continue to keep everything in the box so I can find it again, because otherwise I'm going to have these little booklets all over the place. But man, I know what containment A is for. It must be for all of the standees once you break these things out. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, overall, I love it. I think it's worth picking up. I think it's a great game. I enjoyed running it, and I am going to enjoy running it again. And I love the motto we've got here, which is survive, solve, and save. You get to choose. I think you choose one. So pretty cool stuff. I do enjoy Mothership, and I'm glad that it has finally arrived. My name's Ken Newquist. I'm one of the co-hosts of the Lair of Secrets podcast. You can check out all of our episodes at lairofsecrets.com.